Hello my dude, okay. I'm doing a benchmark today. We're testing of how the Acer Helios 300 can run PUBG on, I'm currently on medium settings. I'm getting 100 and like averaging on 100 FPS, 100 and like 90 in that type of zone. This is on medium settings. I honestly think it still looks amazing in medium settings. Actually, I could like just play in medium settings. Anyway, it looks like when we jump out, we're still averaging at like 90 and 100. Looks like it's gonna stay around about there. Also, I will have to admit that this is pretty good performance. My FPS counter is in the top right. It's freaking small, but if you look in the top right, you'll probably see it if you watch in high resolutions. But I can just tell you that at the moment we're getting like 60 FPS on medium settings. 60, 17, 80, okay. Let's check how much FPS we get when we're on the ground. I'm trying to see it. Okay, looks like we're still on like 80s and 90s. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm looking in the top right. I can like barely see the FPS counter. Only if you're watching like 1080p you might be able to see it. But I can just tell you the FPS. I'm not very good at this game. Don't expect some like good dude to play. So on the ground we're getting 90 and 100 FPS. 90 and 100 on this thing. On this Acer Helios 300. Just remember this is the 6 gig version, so if you want to check out the specs you can check my other video. I think I told like the specs and I checked out the laptop and I opened it up and I also upgraded it. Trying to still get it going. But anyway, I think we're gonna up the settings now. This is pretty easy for this laptop. So let's go on the high preset, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna keep post-processing on medium throughout the video, as I've never seen no people really play on post-processing max. Yeah. Oh, a scar is pretty nice. Oh wait, there's a scar there, so she must that's nice. Okay, we've got a scar now. So it looks like we're still averaging at 90 and 100. It's kind of weird, like on the same settings, we're still averaging on the same FPS. Oh wait, nope, now we've gone down to the 80s, but I mean, it's not much of a difference. This laptop's temperatures, we're also getting like 70 on the CPU, like 70 on the CPU, it's quite high. And on the GPU, we're only getting like 60 to like 70. I don't know, the GPU usually stays pretty much cooler than the CPU. At the moment we're getting 70 FPS. This is on high settings with medium post-processing, as I'm not going to max out the post-processing. Looks like we're still getting fine FPS on the ground. I'm trying to find some dudes so we can have some fun and kill a few dudes. So, looks like the average is 85, like 80 and 70 on high settings on the ground. I think most likely with this laptop, you probably most likely are only going to play like high settings. I can try, I've never actually really tried max settings, but I'm probably going to try it now. Maybe video gym. I remember I'm all pro at this game. Okay, let's change it now. So let's see how much we can get when we max them out. Yours. It's not gonna be very good. Ooh, I'm not sure if we're gonna get very good. Okay, we've maxed out the settings. We're still on 1080p. We're gonna stay on 1080p. Looks like we're getting 50 FPS, 58. It's still a nice smooth FPS, but I mean it's not my favorite. I'd probably rather stick to high and get, you know, like 90, 80. That's what I usually did. Oh. I haven't seen any dudes yet. So it looks like we're averaging on 60 and 70 on max settings. Remember, this is max. Maxed is different compared to like, you know, compared to which word? compared to high. I mean, I don't really see much a difference of gameplay compared to max and high, but yeah, whatever. Also, I actually saw on the internet, apparently this game prefers was it NVIDIA GPUs? Oh, yo, this computer. My internet's a bit trash, but whatever. Okay, so it does prefer NVIDIA GPUs. That's probably why I'm getting higher frames. Doesn't really like Radeon GPUs. Oh damn man, I'm trying to jump. Nobody's in here. Oh, I died. Okay, well, we've checked out, that was our benchmark with the PUBG, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.